Hi guys, welcome to the Honest Perfume Reviewer. One of you just gave me the tip that it might give a better video quality if I actually look into the camera rather than looking at myself when I film. I seriously have never even thought about doing it another way. And I've never really thought of the fact that there is a little camera at the top of the screen, which I am now like looking into rather than looking at my own reflection. Anyway, I feel kind of stupid because I never even thought of it. And I don't think I've noticed that, that it looks any different when I watch other people's videos, that some are looking at themselves. I can sometimes see that all of a sudden they'll be like, oh, my hair is this way or that way. So I have noticed a few times, but anyway, I will try that. I'm going to try that. I might not get it perfect this time, but I thought I'd tell you about some new arrivals in this house. And consider this kind of a little bit more than a first impression kind of video, because I've tried these fragrances a few times. And kind of like maybe not giving them several proper wearings. So it's not like a full review kind of video. I just thought I'd take you through what I've bought, what decants, and I bought some original stuff as well. I've also got a swap something that I previously had in my collection that it's worked its way back. So yeah, why don't I start with that? I actually, a while back, I just realized I didn't like Vanitas from Profumum Roma. I just think it's too sweet. It's like orange flower, myrrh, and what else is in there? Vanilla. It's just like a vanilla. It's just not, it's not doing it for me. It's too girly, it's too boring. So I swapped it for Battito Dali, which I've had, and I've been on the fence about this fragrance, but I don't know. I'm not ready with it, I guess. I like it. So, okay, so that was, I'm happy to have it back. Even though it's a different bottle, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. I would never wear, I never wore Vanitas anyway. I thought maybe it smelled good and it might be good to show people because it's like a people pleaser. Anyway, and then I got the decants. I think I told you about this already. 3 decants from Amouage. And these aren't really new to me now. I've tried them several times in store. I've worn one pretty much, like last summer. And I'll start with that one. That's Epic Woman. Which is a really incensey kind of fragrance with rose, and it has spices, and it's just a spectacular fragrance. You just have to be in the mood. It's not an easy wear. I think the fact that this house is from Oman with a completely different kind of weather than we have makes them suitable for hot weather. And I think they bloom more in hot weather. So I'm really looking forward to wearing. I've only worn I'll take like 1 squirt and sit on the couch at night and really enjoy it. This is not a safe blind buy. And it's super, super powerful. Like 1 spray is basically enough. And that'll last for many, many hours, and it projects like a beast. Okay, and then I've got something a little bit more people-pleasing here called Blossom Love from Amouage. And the closest thing I have to this in my collection already is Rouge Smoking from BDK. But this is more floral. That one is a little bit more gourmandy. This one, actually, I'll have to admit, at first spray, when I put it on the other day, was like, this smells like shampoo. And like, this is not going to do it for me. But then I kind of I felt like it needs to be layered with something to make it exciting. But then I kind of like the dry down, and I don't know, I haven't, I think that I might actually enjoy that one. It's a beautiful floral fragrance. And then I've got Honor Woman, which is more than just a white floral. It has a really nice kind of background. I think it has some woods and incense and stuff in the background. And it kind of, I can't remember the white florals in here, but I think it could be like orange flower, gardenia, maybe some tuberose, lily, maybe some yellow florals as well. But it's more a white floral fragrance than tropical. It's kind of a nice, classy French type fragrance. I'll get back to you a little bit more on that. And then I have 3 new fragrances. I'm going to tell you more about these in the future. Oh, there I looked at myself. It's just, a habit. So this one I've been thinking about for quite some time. It's called Cuir d'Orient, and it's from the house Sous le Monteau, which means under the cloak. And it kind of refers to a place in time where books were banned. Certain books were banned, and you have to carry them like under your coat so no one can see them. And these fragrances, I got 3 fragrances from the house. I'll tell you about the other 2 in a minute, and even this one a little bit more in depth anyway. They're all based on like love potions that were used historically. I'm not quite sure exactly when. And then they're all created by Natalie Feistauer, who has done some other great stuff as well. She has also created this fragrance, which just arrived at the house. Lys Solaberg from Maison Crivelli. I'll talk about that in a minute. I don't know where she's from. Her name doesn't sound French to me, but she seems to have worked out of France, like for most of her. And she's made like so many fragrances. Let's see, 141 fragrances in the Fragrantica database that have her name on it. So that's, I mean, she's a master perfumer, pretty much. The full-size bottle of this Cuir d'Orient is more like a mustardy yellow, and they have kind of like a matte feel to it, a little bit of a rubbery feel. So it's kind of like a, I mean, I don't like these covered bottles. I was so happy to realize they came in these 14 ml. So, okay, so what does this smell like? I had remembered this as kind of an oriental fragrance, but it is, in fact, a powdery vanilla fragrance with leather, like a very soft, suede-y kind of leather. Let's see what else it has. Benzoin, and these are all kind of heliotrope fragrances. They have that heliotrope vibe. Like, this reminds me of Reve de Cashmere from Van Cleef and Arpels, like more exclusive line. I used to have a decant and I loved it so much. But this is a little bit cheaper than that, I think. But I paid for these like 45, I can't remember what the euro is, but like roughly maybe 50 euro then, 45 to 50 euro for these 14 mils. Let's see, it has opoponax, benzoin, a little patchouli. Yeah, and it does remind me a little of Opus 1144 from Filippo Sorcinelli, or maybe that brand is called Unum, I'm not sure, but he's the perfumer behind that fragrance. It's powdery, definitely a powder. These are all powdery fragrances, and I love my powders. Sous le Monteau, Cuir d'Orient. And then I got this one. I think this might even be the best one. Poudre Impériale. Oh, I don't know if I said that this reminds of Cuir Beluga from Guerlain. A lot of people say, and I haven't smelled that in a long time, but I remember getting rid of a decant of this because I just thought it was, I don't know, it kind of bored me a little bit. I think this is better, or either that or my taste buds have changed. Like my nose buds, because I think this is really, really beautiful. This Poudre Impériale this is a little bit more like hardcore powder. It's like more iris, more, maybe a little woods, maybe a little violet. I don't really know what's in here, but I'm going to get back to you on this. I've really enjoyed wearing it, but I don't feel like I know this fragrance as much yet. And then I have also one more called Essence du Sérail. And this is the one that I thought maybe was a little, like, was one fragrance too many to have bought. I could have bought with just one of these. And this is like a floral fragrance, like also heliotrope, I'm pretty sure, like iris heliotrope kind of powdery fragrance, but this is more leans like yellow floral. I think this has ylang ylang. I'm not quite sure what else is in here, but I think maybe also some white florals. I get a tuberose vibe from this. And then I think maybe I kind of already have fragrances like this. Do I really need one more? I'm just going to spray it on one more time just to kind of remember. I mean, it's a beautiful yellow floral fragrance with powder, like a powdery feel to it. And I think these fragrances are kind of feminine, and they have a little bit of an incense vibe too, I think all of them. They're kind of oriental leaning powders, I would say. But I'll get back to you on these when I've given them more of a proper wear and how they're holding up in terms of, like, do they have a place in my collection? Did I overbuy? Because I was talking about that in yesterday's or 2 days ago video, in my video of 2 days ago, about like how maybe I got I went overboard just because they happen to have the small size, and I just realized, oh, that's like, then I can get 3 fragrances for the price of one, sort of. But I don't know, maybe I got carried away. I might not need all of these fragrances, but they are all beautiful fragrances. I'm just not sure, like, in the long run, will I wear them? Because I have so many other fragrances to try, but these are great, like, beginning niche fragrances. They're like for people that are maybe not so used to perfume. They're like really easy to like. Okay, and then today I got a package. I bought like it's not secondhand, it's actually new stuff, but they were sold to me by someone in the groups. Like she had these, but she hasn't used them. She's probably got them when she's bought, you know, other fragrances. And these are not completely unknown fragrances to me. Actually, this one I already have in my collection. It's Musc Ravageur, little mini bottle. I was a little disappointed to see that this 7 ml doesn't have any spray. It's a splash bottle, but I love this fragrance, and I'm getting a little sick of decant smelling like fish on the top. And I already have actually a decant with like 4 milliliter left, but I love this fragrance so much, and I want an original, and it doesn't have to be big, so I got it. And then I have the one I just already mentioned, also created by Natalie Feistauer. Oh, by the way, I really like that Frederic Malle, they have really ugly packaging, but I like that they put the perfumer's name on the bottle. This is created by Maurice Rossel. I think that's a really nice kind of putting the perfumer kind of in the center of things. I like that. And I think it's interesting too. I like to follow different perfumers' work. I mean, that's something new to me kind of. I used to never, you know, worry about that. I just mostly looked at notes. Yeah, so, and oh, for those of you who are not familiar with this fragrance, this is kind of like an amber, it's an animalic amber with a gourmand touch. It's a sexy fragrance. I don't say that a lot about fragrances, but that one really, that really does it for me. That is a great fragrance. It's unisex. It works on men and women equally well, I think. Then Lys Solaberg, I have had my nose on this for quite some time. This one comes in a spray, and it's, let's see how much it is. It's only 5 milliliter, but it seems pretty big. Let's see, I can open that for you. It looks awfully big for 5 mil. I can't imagine this being 5 mil. It looks like 10 to me. Is it really 5? Yeah, it says 5. Anyway, I just sprayed this on my left hand, and it's kind of disappearing after like 45 minutes. But I only did one spray, so that could be it. And I just sprayed on this other fragrance now. But like, I've thought about this, you know, that I wanted a bottle, and I don't like to buy big bottles, and they do come in 30. So I have been considering like the 30 mil that's around 100 euro, a little, oh, they just raised the prices. They used to be kind of like 85, and now it's up to like 110 or something. I couldn't have picked out a single note out of this perfume. I just think it smells really, really good. And I don't say that a lot about fragrance, but it has like carrot seed, it has dried fruit, quince, which is like a, you know, kind of like an apple-like fragrance, or fruit, I mean, wine lees. And wine lees are kind of like when you add yeast to wine, and it starts to interact, it starts eating the sugar in, or colliding with the sugar in the grapes, converting it to alcohol, I think, if I'm getting this right. And then it kind of, when the yeast has kind of like consumed all of the sugar, it starts to drop to the bottom together with like grape skins and the stems and kind of like the residual products. It's kind of like a product of the fermenting process, like what you're left with at the end. And then you use that to actually make quality wines and champagnes and things like that. So, I mean, I'm not an expert, and I don't know anything about wine, and I actually don't even drink wine. I can drink like bubbly wine, but like red wine, white wine to me tastes like yeast, and I don't like the yeast taste. And I think it's like, and I really don't like the like wine breath off of other people either. But this is, I can't tell that this has wine lees in there, but it's kind of an unusual note, and I think this is the only fragrance that I've even seen that has this. And I don't typically like dried fruit in fragrance, but this is not either. Someone said this can be described like a picnic in the forest, and there's a fire burning nearby. This has like notes of like oak, smoke. It also has ambroxan, which might be a turnoff to some people. I can't quite identify ambroxan. I'm not quite sure even what that is. Like, I mean, I know what it is. I've read about it, but my nose doesn't really know it. Mate, it has tobacco. It has lily, which some people say that you cannot detect at all. And it has lily in the name, which is a little misleading to some people. I mean, I can definitely, there's something floral sweet in there going on. It has iris, patchouli, labdanum, lots of notes. And I can't quite make these into what this smells like. This smells like just pleasant. I'd say this house has lots of like people pleasers, you know, like they're easy to like. I don't know. but maybe not so interesting for those of you who are like really into fragrance and might want more of a challenge. This is just kind of, I don't know, I really like it. I've been thinking about it for a while. I get like a real citrus note too. It does have bergamot in the top. And I don't get that earthy, carrot seedy quality that can be difficult. This is kind of like a real nice, kind of sweet carrot quality. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I'm so happy to have a bottle. I mean, if you consider this a bottle, it's kind of more like a professional original decant that will definitely not go fishy on me. Okay, and one more has just arrived at the house. God, I've even forgotten what I bought here. Oh my God, I can't believe I've forgotten that. What did I buy? Ah, I bought a Woman in Gold. And I said I was a little bit tired of this. It's too perfect. But I have been missing it. And when I saw it come up in a 7.5 milliliter bottle from by Kilian, I just had to buy it. It's such a beautiful fragrance. It's super feminine. It's like an orange blossom marshmallowy type sweet fragrance. But it's a lot fresher than like Love Don't Be Shy. This has never been sprayed. I don't think I'm going to spray it right now. I've talked about this before on my channel. If you're curious about it, maybe you can, search for Woman in Gold and my video will come up about that. So this is a real people pleaser. I think like anybody would like. It's just pure beauty. Super, super beautiful. I probably won't be reviewing it again because I've talked about it before, but I'm really happy. It's really cute little. I love this size. I wish there were more. Please comment. Do you have any other recommendations for me on, niche quality fragrances, indie houses, etc. that provide their perfumes in small bottles? I don't want any more 100 ml bottles in my collection because I will never go through them, regardless of how good they are. They just take a bunch of space. I love this little stuff so much. I think it's like super cute, and it lasts so long. And I can just keep getting new stuff because I'll go through them. I'll maybe finish them, but I hardly ever finish a bottle, this size. It takes forever to finish a bottle that size. So yeah. Okay, so in just in a little while, I'm on my way out to this retreat. It starts tonight at 8, but we're supposed to be there and kind of like land a little bit and get settled in and maybe have a cup of tea in front of the fireplace from 6 o'clock. So I'll be leaving here like in 2 hours. I just have some errands to run before that, and I'm trying to like get the house ready and like the cat taken care of and just stock the food and everything, so I can be gone 4 nights with no phone, no contact with the outer world at all. Which reminds me, I need to try to call my son, who is now in Nicaragua, and just kind of connect with him before I go into this little bubble. And I will not be wearing perfume. I might arrive with a little perfume on and makeup on, but like tomorrow we're going naked basically, or like bare face, no jewelry, no books, no nothing. So like no distractions, no stimuli, no like identity kind of symbols. And this is really hard for me. I mean, I never go anywhere without makeup. Really, this is the hardest part for me. I think it was easier when I was married. Like now when I'm single, I'm more self-conscious about my appearance, and I would really like to free myself of this because it's not what I want to identify with, like that my value has anything to do with the what I look like or my hair looks like or the way, I present myself in physically. And I mean, in the perfume business, it's not about looks. This is not a beauty contest. This is about one of our senses. I mean, I could do this even being blind, so this is something that everybody can enjoy. It's all ages. I really like that about perfumery. And it really kind of bugs me that it's always a part of like, I don't know what it's like in your countries, but like in Sweden, it's always a part of beauty. Like it's in the beauty section as if it had something to do with beauty, which it does not. Even though I do see that certain fragrances are beautiful. But it's not, it's the same thing as music can be beautiful or a painting can be beautiful, but it has nothing to do with beauty as in beauty products, not to me anyway. Yeah, but I would like you to recommend if you have some fragrance house that I might have missed that do carry small sizes. And if for you that also are interested in fragrances, houses that, I mean, you have Profumum Roma, 18 mil, and you have Sous le Monteau, the French house here with 14 mil. And we have Matière Première, they have 6 milliliter little ones. And also I thought of, what's it called? Maria Candida Gentile that has 15 mils. Those are all kind of incense based, but one that's kind of an easy like there is Sideris, that has like, it's vanilla with a hint of incense and florals. It's really beautiful. I love that. It reminds me a little bit of Flower by Kenzo, but really kind of light and airy. I really love that fragrance. They come in small bottles. What else? I mean, the MFK house has travel size. I think they're 11 mil, but you have to buy 3. So an idea is, of course, you can, you know, find 2 other people that want to split a package. That would be a way of getting your hands on a small one. Or like Memo, I think, sells their fragrances in 10 milliliters, some of them. But there, of course, you pay more per milliliter. But if you are a kind of person that doesn't, you know, make decants and sell them, this is maybe a better idea than buying a 100 ml bottle. It might be cheaper in the long run. Well, guys, okay, I'm off for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back next week. Bye.